The moon in our night sky is very important for Earth. It stabilizes our planet's axial tilt, causes tides, and even slows down our planet's rotation. But it can also bring catastrophic destruction. For example, about 30 million years ago, the Earth had a twin moon, but now we have only one. What if that catastrophe had happened recently? What would happen to our planet if Saturn destroyed the moon? Let's imagine this scenario. There are several ways the gas giant could destroy the moon, but let's focus on the most plausible one. Saturn would move close to Earth and use its gravity to snatch the moon out of our planet's orbit. Such a maneuver would require a lot of effort from the gas giant. But don't forget that Saturn is much more massive than Earth. It weighs almost 95 times more than our planet. So this is quite feasible. But why would Saturn want to destroy the moon? The thing is that our solar system has always been a dangerous place, and all the planets, including Saturn, are constantly fighting for their place here. Even the sun can't ensure complete safety for them. That's why each planet has its own weapon to protect against intruders. For example, Jupiter's powerful magnetic field repels most space probes sent by mankind. Neptune has many rings that can destroy any object that gets too close to them. And Saturn also has an unusual defense system. Its main weapon is its gravitational field, which changes from normal to extremely strong every 29 years. And when this happens, Saturn literally sucks up everything that gets too close to it. During these periods, the planet gains tens of thousands of new rings, and its surface becomes very uneven due to intense volcanic activity. Saturn's gravitational field is so strong that not even light can escape from it. This phenomenon is called gravitational lensing. But during these periods, the planet is surrounded by a thick fog of sulfuric acid, which blocks the view of the star behind it. In general, scientists think that the gravitational anomaly of Saturn is caused by something huge hidden under the clouds of the planet. But even without this mysterious object, Saturn is dangerous enough. If the gas giant moves closer to Earth, it can cause serious problems for us. This doesn't necessarily mean it'll swallow the moon or Earth whole. Saturn can simply pull it away from its orbit and then crush it like a walnut between two colossal planets. If such a disaster happens, what will be the consequences for Earth? First of all, we'll lose the moon as a nightlight. Our planet will plunge into darkness, but not for long. In about 6 months, Earth will pass its closest point of approach to the sun, and so the sky won't be dark at all during this period. Then our planet will return to its orbit around the sun, and we'll see how dark the sky can get without the moon. Residents of the northern regions will be pleasantly surprised. They'll finally see the polar night, which lasts several months, end. People living in the south will have to suffer from never-ending summer and endless heat. And of course, the destruction of the moon will lead to global climate change. It'll be so cold that we'll have to team up with polar bears and penguins to survive. And this is only the beginning. The main danger will be the complete absence of tides. All water from the oceans will be pulled to the side of the sun. And if we don't find a way to stop this process, Earth will turn into a lifeless desert very quickly. The moon keeps our planet from falling into chaos. It helps maintain a stable climate and ecosystems on Earth. Without the moon, life on our planet would be very difficult. But maybe we'll manage to survive. First of all, we'll need to figure out where the moon is after Saturn's attack. To do this, we'll have to send powerful rockets into space equipped with powerful telescopes. We'll also need rovers that can move along the surface of the moon and take soil samples. Most importantly, we must find some trace of a collision between the moon and Saturn. If there's nothing left of the moon, our chances of finding it will drop dramatically. But don't forget that space is very big. Even a small fragment of the moon can be very far away. So first we'll have to thoroughly explore the near-Earth orbit. And if we don't find anything there, we'll have to send expeditions deeper into space. We'll need rovers capable of crossing the orbit of Mars and flying further. There's a good chance that we'll find fragments of the moon beyond the orbit of Mars. They may be wandering around in large numbers. Moreover, Saturn could push some fragments of the moon beyond the asteroid belt. So we'll have to send a spaceship there. This region is full of rocks of various sizes. Some of them are as large as entire mountains. Asteroids often crash into each other, so we might find a fragment of the moon that has just been separated from Saturn. If we manage to locate the culprit that destroyed the moon, we can try to negotiate peace. Of course, this is only if the inhabitants of Saturn aren't hostile. I hope they'll be reasonable and ready to make peace. And if they prove to be aggressive aliens who know no equal, we'll have to collect all the powerful spaceships ever created by humans and attack Saturn. We'll have to blow up the planet. But don't worry, the residents of Earth won't suffer because of this. When Saturn is destroyed, all its rings will collapse onto the Sun. At the same time, the energy released during the collision will turn the star into a red giant, and it'll swallow the Earth along with humanity. So blowing up Saturn is the best option for us. To do this, we'll need nuclear bombs. How many of them? About 30 trillion. To destroy Saturn, we'll have to build many platforms in space where these bombs will be placed. You say there are no such technologies today. Well, then we'll have to wait a bit. Maybe in 10 or 20,000 years, humanity will be able to create all this. But if we don't have that much time, we'll have to ask other space powers for help. I'm talking about aliens. For example, the inhabitants of Proxima Centauri b could help us. True, there's a small problem. Today, scientists believe that this exoplanet is tidally locked. It means one side of the planet is always turned toward its star, while the other side is in eternal darkness. Scientists think the inhabitants of Proxima Centauri b live only on the illuminated part of the planet. But what if we find a way to talk to the aliens who live in darkness? Perhaps they'll agree to help us save Earth, and maybe they'll just be curious to see what's going on. After all, they haven't seen anything like this before. If we manage to contact the aliens, we'll have to make a deal with them. And here we come across another problem. How can we offer the aliens something in exchange for their help? What can we give them? Can we give them Earth? No. Will they want to settle on a scorched desert? The answer is no. Then we can give them the moon. Yes, it won't be easy to restore it after Saturn destroys it, but it'll definitely work. But how do we make a deal with aliens if we can't even find the moon? This celestial body is so important for Earth that it makes sense to send satellites to monitor its orbit. But this won't help much since Saturn could throw the moon so far away that it'll be impossible to detect even with modern technology. And then we'll have to wait until the moon returns to its orbit and we can start collecting its fragments. Of course, by that time, Saturn could destroy everything else. In this case, there'll be nothing left to trade. Then we'll have to ask the aliens for asylum on their planet. I really hope that the gas giant won't destroy the moon. Otherwise, we'll have to look for a new home among the stars. But even if we manage to preserve the moon, the Earth will change dramatically. Without the second celestial body, we'll have to get used to strange weather phenomena. For example, cyclones and anticyclones will appear in the atmosphere of our planet. There will be more natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. But the main cataclysm will be the shift of the Earth's axis. As a result of this, the climate will change. Some regions that were previously used to low temperatures will become deserts, and places that were once warm and comfortable will turn into the North Pole. We'll have to move closer to the equator where it'll still be warm. And what will happen to the poles themselves? Nobody knows. Anyway, we have plenty of time to think it all over. According to scientists, the moon will be attacked by Saturn only in 600 million years. There's still enough time to develop a strategy and find allies. But you and I won't live to see this day.